Why my video is not, because I've got it on the wrong freaking camera. Okay, there we go. Oh, now that's better. Get this camera cleaned up and in position here. A little bit down. Perfect, I think. I hope. I'm going to set up my other camera over here. Not camera, my screen, so I can see what you guys are saying to me. And we'll make sure that we're good. I'm going to turn the volume up, make sure I can be heard. I just want to make sure that I'm getting good microphone here. That's what we're shooting for. Skip that ad. Well, alright. Let me know if you guys are getting any feedback. I was getting a little feedback. I was saying a little bit too close maybe to the receiver. So anyhow, when we left off last time, what we had was the boards done and set up and unpainted. I only painted the edges of the board because I'm not painting the top side of the board. I did do a little bit of urethane, and I have applied my ring lights here. That's what these are. They're ring lights. And welcome, viewer. I don't know if people are myself or somebody else, but either way, welcome, viewer. Say hi if you're somebody other than myself, and we'll continue on. I literally just finished painting this one maybe 20 minutes ago, so this one is probably still pretty wet. And I have another one hanging up over here. It's going to be tacky, but tacky is okay as long as it's not wet. Tacky is okay. So I'm going to take this other one down that I have hanging up so that I can put this red one up to hang while I work on this yellow one here. And I just got to find a good spot to lean it against momentarily. Like I said, we're going to be working with this one first. And I tried to get a bunch of painting done before the viewing today, but I was unsuccessful. I had some things come up and some things to go do and some things to take care of, and that really put a damper on my plans. So here I am, just trying to get through what I can get through here. And I'm going to hang this board up. Get that hung out of the way. Let it relax. Okay. Alright, good. And get these guys out of the way. Kind of want to wait for a viewer to show up and comment and let me know that they're watching so that I can make a grand reveal here. I had said that I was not going to do paint on the top of the board because I had other plans in mind, and my other plans have since come in, and they are here, and that is how we are going to finish these boards tonight. I'm going to have a little bit of paint I'm going to have to scrape away off the top of this red one, but that's okay. No big deal. No problem at all, actually. Pick up this yellow board. I call it the yellow board because, yes, I painted it yellow. And that is fine for what I'm doing. So, let's see. I want to move this table just a little bit. Pull it down this way. Get a good view of everything here, hopefully. So I ordered skins for this project, and really all a skin is for the project is, instead of painting the board, I'm going to use a pre-made piece. I gotta go the other way. I'm going to use a pre-made vinyl supplied by Vinyl Disorder. I should say, when I say supplied by, I mean I bought it. It's not free. But I do like Vinyl Disorder. I gotta change my quality here. I always forget to do this. That should be better for me and I can see better. Oh, much nicer. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, I selected Vinyl Disorder to send me vinyl. They did a great job. The vinyl skin that they provided me with is really, I mean, it's top-notch quality. Zero complaints about it whatsoever. Really just overall a very, very nice skin. I nothing but good things to say about them. They did a remarkable job on it. It came very, very fast, and shipping-wise, it was fast. The way that the skins came in was just in a tube, just like this, right? Little tube. It came cut exactly to size. No messing around with it. I mean, it was just spot on. Great product. So earlier, I tried to clean up some of this paint myself here while it was still wet, and I don't like the looks of it, even though I'm going to be putting on the skin. So I'm going to use just some odorless mineral spirits, since I've already got the shop/garage already smelling pretty funk right now. And I'm just going to clean up the edges of this and knock it down a little bit, maybe, because I don't care about this part of it, but I don't want it sticking up, and I don't want it showing through the vinyl, so I'm just kind of smoothing this out. I did sand the boards. You're supposed to sand them. A little too much. I did sand the boards down so I could get a good adhesion. That's what we're looking for. Is we want the skin to stick to the board really well. So we sanded the boards down, got those in the proper smoothness after that urethane, and I could play this board right now. This is a very smooth board. I could play it right now, no problem. The bags would glide just fine. So I'm imagining once the skin goes on, not only are the bags going to glide, but they're going to freaking fly right off the back of this, which is why I bought stick and slide bags. Stick and slide bags are designed for more professional use, and they give you a slide that sticks, or a side that sticks, and a side that slides. I'm saying it better now. That being said, like I said, they're just a much more professional, better play on your boards. So even if these boards are really, really slick, which is okay if they are, I have bought boards that'll make that an okay thing and not a big deal. So let me go ahead and just wipe this off again real good. I don't mind that this is a little bit sticky, because the stickiness will only help the vinyl stick. I just wanted to get it smoother, because I didn't want any little ripples or bubbles to show through the vinyl, and I don't think it really will too much. I think I'm going to be pretty safe. I really do, but yep, I just wanted it cleaned up. I didn't want it lingering like that. Got some good old-fashioned yellow paint on my fingers now. Welcome, viewer. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad I got one viewer in here. We are just about at the point where we're going to reveal the skin that's going on this board. Like I said, I had Vinyl Disorder ship me in the skins, and they did a great freaking job. And I'm going to clean the paint off of my hands now because I don't want this paint all over my new skins. It's not really bad, but I want to go ahead and take care of this now. Alright, so I'm just using some odorless mineral spirits here to clean some of this off. Alright, because I did use oil-based paint. Oil-based paint because these are going to be outside and they're going to get used outside, so good chance they'll get wet, and I wanted them protected. And I'm just going to step inside and wash this mineral spirits off before I handle that skin. You guys should still be able to hear me because I'm using my new lavalier mic. I just need some good old-fashioned soap and water to get rid of that mineral spirit. And then I can start working on that skin. Just didn't want to potentially damage the skin with the mineral spirits. So we'll wash this up real quick. We'll come out and we'll display that first skin. And get ready to start applying it. Dry the hands off. Okay. Let's get back into the shop here. So I am going to use a special tool to apply this skin. And we lost the viewer there. I really want to wait until I got a solid viewer who's commenting before I do this skin reveal. So wait a few minutes, see who pops in. Maybe we'll get one or two people to pop in, who knows. But I use this special rolling tool that I have, right? That will help me roll out any air bubbles when I'm putting this skin on. It'll help tremendously. And the longer that it takes for somebody to pop in, no big deal, because it'll give this paint just a little bit longer to dry. Right now it's still quite a bit tacky. I don't really care about the sides too much. I only painted them because I know that we're going to be outside, and since we're going to be outside, it's going to be in the elements, and I don't want to ruin the wood. So that's the only reason for the paint, is legitimately because it's going to be outside. Wanted it protected. So there is that. I'm going to grab some tape, just some regular old-fashioned painter's tape. As soon as I can find out which drawer I hid it on myself in. I think I know. Where is it at? Here it is. Yep. So, I wonder if I have a roll that's already opened. I don't know. Doesn't matter. To heck with it. So, I have just regular blue painter's tape, and I'll use that to hold one edge in place while we get the skin going here. And we're still waiting for at least one more viewer to pop in here, hopefully. Here we go, we got the second viewer. Let me know who you are, viewer. I'd like to know who I'm revealing this cornhole board skin to that I got from Vinyl Disorder. So hopefully you're going to hang around and see that. But yeah, shoot me a comment. Let me know who you are. I'd like to know who's watching. That way I can say a proper hello. And making sure I'm grabbing the right skin for the right color board, because I do have a reason for painting this board yellow and painting the other board red. I do have a reason for that. It is to quote unquote match the lineup of the skins that are being used. And like I said, since the vinyl company sent the vinyl perfectly cut, I need to make sure that my lineup is good and right and not anything that's going to cause me any kind of issues. Since I don't see the comments coming in, but I do see the second viewer, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to lay this skin out. So if you are like me and you are a fan of superheroes or superhero movies, well, you've probably watched Deadpool. And Deadpool is one of my favorite superheroes. And Deadpool and Wolverine, well, they had a little issue. Well, really more so Deadpool had a little thing with teasing Wolverine quite a bit. And that's okay. Just going to line this up here real good. Try to at least. The paint's still a little tacky there. I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit high. A little bit high there. So I have to make sure that this part is pretty much perfect. Because when I set this on here, once I tape it down and set it on, it's going to be damn near perfect. And I'm going to have very little that I have to trim off. So I need to make sure that this is right and tight to what it's supposed to be. Looks like I got to pull this side up just a little bit. And this is why we use the tape. Because once I get the tape on there, then it'll be perfectly in place. And even though this is kind of a pain in the butt to line this up, it is way faster to do this, for me at least, than it is to paint. And I can deal with that. Just smoothing this out so that I have it pretty well lined up. I might have to trim a little bit off of the bottom, but nothing too major. Alright, so we got all that pretty much lined up. Take this painter's tape, and it's probably going to take a little bit of yellow off of here for me, but I don't care. It's the back of the board, and I can touch that up later. Right now, I just want to get it on there. So we're going to use this painter's tape, and we're going to tape all the way across the back here. Just so that we get a good bite on how it is to be lined up. Just like that. Set this painter's tape off to the side. And we're going to fold this painter's tape down right over the edge of this board. That is going to help to keep us very tightly lined up. Okay. And like I said, I have the rolling tool. That's what we're going to use to keep air bubbles out as we roll this down. Now I gotta take this corner up. And that stickiness you're hearing is because that paint is still a little wet. And that's okay. That's actually gonna help me with sticking it down. It's gonna hold really, really well. What I've gotta do is get under this, get a corner off of this this vinyl. Let that fall. Just want to peel up one little piece of it. I don't want to get the vinyl together. I just want to get the adhesive back off of it. That's all I'm trying for here. And I don't want it to fall off of the tape either. That would be good. It falls off of that tape. There we go. Now we're getting it started. And peel this back a little bit. This is kind of the fun slash hard part, right? Because I've got to stick this as I peel it, as I roll it. Well, hopefully that went on really good because this thing is stuck down. I know it's hard for you to see what I'm doing here right now, right at this second, but I'm just rolling any of these air bubbles out and away. Alright, so it's kind of a slow process, really kind of it is, but it is necessary to be a little bit cautious with it. Alright, so I'm right by the hole here. Very slow go. Make sure you get all the air bubbles out of it. Working your way from the center out. You don't want to go from one edge to the other. You want to go from the center out. If you go from one edge to the other, you're going to end up not looking very good, to be honest with you. And that's not what you want to spend your money for, right? You don't want to spend your money on it not looking good. You want to spend your money for it to look good. Alright, so we got that moving pretty good. Peel up a little bit more paper. Alright, just little movements. Be patient. Don't try to slam it all down at once. Alright, because you're not gonna get it perfect if you do that. And you don't want any air bubbles, right? So if ever was the time to take your time, this is it. Sure, it'll take you, 10 to 15 minutes per vinyl to get it on, but you only have to do it once. And these things are not super expensive, but they're also not super cheap. So you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're having to pay for it a second time either, because you screwed it up on the first time, right? That wouldn't be too much fun. I was supposed to get a little squeegee type smoother tool with this, and apparently it was forgotten to be shipped. It's okay, it was only a couple of dollars, but I already had these rollers. And these rollers, in my opinion, work way freaking better than the vast majority of any type of smoothers that are out there. You can see this is going on really, really nice. And if I build cornhole boards for anybody, 100%, I will recommend that they get a skin, as my artistic skills are not that of Vincent van Gogh or anything, so I'm not going to try to act as though I could do a great job of this. And I got a little air bubble kicking right here. I'm able to just peel it up enough, get past that air bubble. And this is where you got to watch it. You watch it and take your time and be careful, and you can get them on nice and smooth, no air bubbles. But if you do get an air bubble, just like vinyl lettering on cars, if you do get an air bubble, you can pinprick it, let that air out, and just push it down. That's an option for you if you do get an air bubble. I'm going to roll this up so that I can peel that up, continue on. Really just go an inch or two at a time. Starting from the center, working your way out to the edges every single time. Be consistent. I know 4 feet is a long range to do this, but like I said, if you're careful and you do it right, you'll get really, really good results doing it like this. And you won't be mad at yourself because you messed something up or anything of that nature. You'll be happy that you took your time and you did it the right way. This would be a lot easier with 2 people, but I don't have a second person here today to help me with this because everybody in my family is pretty much going to bed right now. And since I work night shift, I have to stay up and do what I'm doing here. So this is how I choose to stay up on Sunday nights so that I can sleep all day Monday. So that I can go to work Monday night. How I choose to do it. Figure if I gotta be awake, I might as well be awake doing something somewhat productive, right? So as I'm going, I continue to peel back just a little bit of the vinyl backing, just a tiny bit, so that I can, if I drop it, it doesn't stick down, and then I got to fight to peel it up. We don't want that. And don't get super anxious when you get down towards the end, like, all right, screw it. I've made it this far with no mistakes. I'm just going to lay it out. Do not do that. Okay? Because you're not going to get a good result that way. You're going to end up with some issues, and then you're going to be mad. All right, just save yourself a headache. Just, you made it this far, taking your time. Continue to take your time. And this little rolling tool is the freaking best. I use these for big glue ups when I'm doing glue ups on cutting boards and stuff like that. And they work so good at maneuvering the freaking glue around. But I also use them when I do image transfers onto wood, and I'm using a laser printer image transferring method. I use it for that. And again, they really do work so freaking good to get all those air bubbles out. I got a little air bubble here. Yes, I do. We are almost to the end. Almost to the end. And we're just about there, so I'm going to go ahead and peel that off the rest of the way. So now, we're right at the end, right? So what we really want to do is, on this push, we want to make sure we just hang on just to a little bit of it. All right? This is even more so important to not get all the way to the corner with it. Very, very slowly. There we go. All right, and now we're going to work our way right off to the corners, rolling diagonally, right? Because that'll get a lot of that off of there. Move a lot of your air bubbles out of the way. And it'll leave you sitting perfect. Just freaking wonderful. Got a couple of air bubbles right here. I can peel this up a little bit. Some of it is, I think, a little bit to do with the paint, but there's so much going on in this one, you won't even notice it after it's stuck down. You really won't. Yep. Right, like that. And it looks like I got a couple air bubbles up here. And it's kind of good to make sure you got the right light, right? Because if you don't have the right light, you're going to have issues. Take this tape off of here. Thankfully, it didn't really peel away too much yellow either. It was dry enough. Didn't lose too much of the yellow paint, right? Just a little bit. And roll these little air bubbles right out towards the top. Sometimes you got to push them and work them on them a little bit. I'm just going to peel this corner up. Try to get them out that way. You want to be really careful because you'll stretch the vinyl. And if you stretch the vinyl too much, then you'll really have air bubbles. So that's why it's important to try to get the air bubbles as you go. The less you have to pull that vinyl up, the better. There we go. A couple little itty bitty air bubbles in there. Those will work themselves out. Or you can pinprick it. Alright, like I said earlier, you can pinprick these little air bubbles and move them. Just a little bit of pressure that I'm pushing, I'm getting that air bubble to move as far up to the edge of this board as possible so that I can get it out. Just by pushing it up and moving it out. Once I get it right up to the edge here, it'll make its way out on its own. There you go, got that one out. The back of this tool has a little scraper that's for that exact purpose. We're getting these air bubbles to move like that when they're really close without damaging anything. But there we go, got the first one on. First one is on, and now I gotta reach for a razor blade and trim up the edge a little bit. And I gotta make the cut for the hole here, alright? So right here, we want to make sure that we're really down around that edge. That'll be good. See what we get here. Go and find myself a razor knife. I gotta think about where in the heck I even put it. Way over there in my toolbox is where I put it. Give me 1 second. Gotta climb over a whole bunch of stuff. I still have a bunch of shop organizing that needs to happen. Like needs to happen. Not even playing around. Like it's in desperate need of some cleaning and organizing. I was on vacation all last week, so I didn't get anything done last week, which was okay, because we all need a little vacation once in a while, right? I think so. I have a couple of different razor knife options. And I'm legitimately using a razor blade because I want a good, sharp, clean cut. Right, so I have a little X-Acto blade here, and I will test that out by cutting off and trimming off any excess that's here on the edge. I'm just holding it right up against the board so I get a good, clean, straight edge cut on it, where it is going to follow exactly with the board. Holding the blade at a slight angle so that I don't cut the wood. Now, I wouldn't even have to trim this, but I would be fighting quite a bit to keep it perfect because they did cut it absolutely perfect. I had to clean that off real quick. Yep. So I wouldn't even have had to trim it, but I would have been fighting to keep it very perfect if the board would have actually been 2 feet by 4 feet. It is just shy of that. Coming from Menards, their 2 foot by 4 foot was not actually 2 feet. It's kind of disappointing. And I didn't have a tape measure when I was there. But it's only off by about maybe 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch. So it really wasn't off by a lot. But it was off by enough. We don't want that same mistake to happen that just happened over there where I get a little bit of yellow paint where I don't want it. Now some would say just go ahead and fold that vinyl over the end. But you know what? That's not going to give you a good clean edge. And good clean edge is what I want right now. So, good clean edge is what I'm shooting for. And I'm not trimming off much. I'm just a little string here. I got to trim the bottom off and then trim out that hole. And this board will be actually ready to play. That's the good thing about using the vinyls. Once they're on, your board is actually ready to play. It's not a wait for anything to dry type of thing. It is ready to go immediately. So that is the bonus / benefit of using a vinyl. There are some downsides sometimes. Like I said, they can be quite a bit more slippery. They can cause your bags to really wander and not play like you would normally like, especially if you're using cheap bags. Now, I don't mean cheap like crappy, like, oh, you can't afford a bag that's good. I mean, like some of the bags that you get at like Dunham's, right? Like I have a set of boards up north that I play with, and I will tell you what, worst freaking bags I've ever bought. They are inexpensive, and I don't care that they're bad bags. Why? Because I only play at my property up north a few times a year, so I don't care. I will play this set way more down here than I will up north, so I don't really care if there's a bad set of bags up north. But down here, I want something a little more. Just that, a little more. So here's one of them air holes, right? Poke a quick hole in the vinyl. Just a little pinprick hole. And that air goes away, and you will never notice it. Another little hole in the vinyl, little pinprick. There it goes, it's gone. Real simple, real easy. Easiest way to get rid of all your air bubbles. just like that. And I just put my freaking fingers in the paint again. Not good. Okay. So now again, I know where the edge of the board is. And that's what we want to do. I'm going to follow right around the edge of that. Keeping a little bit of an angle on the blade so that I'm not digging into the wood, and I'm getting a nice smooth cut all the way around, just like that. Perfect cut. Perfect cut, and the board is ready to play. All right, get a nice, clean, smooth cut around there. Welcome, third viewer. Appreciate you popping in. Let me know who you are. This is one of the boards that I've just completed. Nice Deadpool and Wolverine in the movies. Deadpool had a thing with messing around with Wolverine and teasing him a little bit. So I thought this was kind of fitting that got a Wolverine one where he's messing back a little bit, I guess we'll say. Now I'm going to set this down and clean some garbage out of my way. Throw this garbage over here to the side where I'm not going to need it. And I'm going to go wash my hands again really quick because I'm getting ready to handle that other board. First, we got another little air bubble right here. Quick poke. Releases that air right there. Air bubble gone. And a couple more little ones up here too, but just like that, little pinholes. Pop those and get them out of there, no problem. I gotta hit my hands with some more mineral spirits right after I move this board. Before I do, the other people that I mentioned in this, since the paint is fairly dry, the other people that I mentioned in this, West Georgia Cornhole, right? There's their web address, www.westgeorgiacornhole.com, and there's their phone number. Give you a little zoom in look here, okay? Because these guys were freaking great. And the quality of their bags, freaking awesome. Just freaking awesome. Price of their bags, again, freaking awesome. Quality, freaking awesome. Just everything about these bags is freaking awesome. And I mentioned that I got stick and slide bags, right? So one side of the bag is a suede type material, and that will allow it to stick and not slide so much, right? Stick. Stick and slide, stick. That's the stick portion, okay? I ordered custom bags. So if I'm going to spend this kind of time and money on a board, might as well do the rest. Go the full distance, right? So I got Wolverine bags. That's the Wolverine board, right? And so this is the stick. See how that just stuck right there? No problem. This is the slide. Right? There we go. Stick and slide. So those are the Wolverine. Those are the Wolverine bags that go with it. Right? You get 4 of them. Those are the very well done. I believe these are dye sublimation printed. Right? So they're really nice, really high quality bags. The stitching on them, really good. Way better than the cheap pieces of crap that I use up north. These are absolutely phenomenal bags. Highly recommend West Georgia Cornhole. When we do the other skin, I will show the other bags, the ones that are going to go for the other skin. But like I said, this board right here, she's ready to play. She is actually ready to play, like good to go. And I did get ring lights in here too. Maybe I'll do that on the other board. I'll show that because I have to dim the lights to do that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe we'll pop up the ring lights. Until then, we're going to stand this board up, get it out of the way, clean it down over here, and we're going to move that red board into position. And I'm going to go and wash my hands again real quick, because I'll do it after I do this red board, because I don't want to end up with issues having to wash my hands again after hitting the red board up. That ain't going to be any kind of fun. The paint is still a little bit tacky. Now, when I urethane these, I did sand the urethane down to smooth out any little imperfections, right? So you should probably do that. It'll help everything adhere better. And now I'm going to go and rinse my hands real quick. Actually, I'm going to scrape this paint off of the edge here real quick. Just got to find something that I can actually do that with. I think I got a little scraper over here in the old toolbox. I do. There are a couple. I got a plastic one and I got a metal one. I could use my chisels too, but I don't want to get paint all over my chisels. That wouldn't be cool. Let's start with this plastic one. Yeah, I think we'll just use that. That's going to work out a-okay. All right, just to take off that edge, right? Little goober of paint. That's what we're trying to get rid of. I don't want that on there. All right, so we'll clear that off. Go all the way around, clear that off all the way around, and we'll get ready for that next skin, which I actually really like that skin. Now, I did get custom skins. I sent away, and I used an image that I found online. I do not know who the original artist was. These boards will not be for sale. They are my personal use boards. So, ordering the skins, I don't believe that there was any issues with ordering the skins that way, because they're personal use boards, and I'm not redistributing or selling these boards. These will be my personal use boards for a very long time. So I don't think that there's any issues in doing what I did. I am a big proponent of giving an artist the proper credit for the work that they do. So if you are using artwork that is not yours, at least try to find out who the artist is, so that you can say thank you for all your skill and all your work and putting out something that I thought was really cool. Like I said, I don't know who the artist was for my skins that I ordered. I found an image on Google, and I don't recall seeing any ownership claim to it or who it was. Now I'm using this plastic one because I don't want to mar up any of the wood. Wouldn't hurt me if it got marred up too much, but I don't want to mar it up to the point where I got a big gouge. And I don't want to tear off a big sliver. Alright? Now I'm going to just take a little bit of mineral spirits, and I'm going to clean up the top of that. Just so I can knock down that paint edge a little bit more, smooth it out, and the mineral spirits will be good. Clean it up, and then I'll go wash my hands with the mineral spirits, and another quick hand washing for getting the yellow paints and everything off of my hands. Grab me another little rag here. Got one handy. Oh, that's not the one I want to use for that. Use this one. Yep, so we'll take this and we'll just use a little bit of odorless mineral spirits. Clean up the edge. That is the plan. Clean up the edge and get it right. Get it good. The only reason I'm using a different rag than the one with the yellow is because I don't want to smear any yellow that might be a little bit wet onto any of the red. If I get a little bit of red on the red, who cares? Alright, I'm just going right across the edge here. Clean up what little bit I can, because I don't want a lip or a bubble or anything there. All right, so you do get a little bit of red in there. Oil-based paint, again, for those who are just tuning in, I used oil-based paint because the boards are going to go outside. And being that they're going to go outside, I wanted the paint to be durable. So oil-based paint is much more durable. That's what I used. I wanted something that was going to hold up against the moisture. And the paint, like I said, it wasn't completely dry. As you can see, I'm getting a good clean edge on a lot of that, since it wasn't completely dry. And I'm leaving behind a little bit of a pink edge where I don't get the paint off. But I'm more so worried about it being smooth than anything, right? I don't want it to leave a lip that can curl up the edge of the vinyl. Now I could have painted this, but I wouldn't have done anywhere near as good of a job as what these skins are. So I left the artwork to the pros and went at it just saying, all right, let's get myself a skin. I don't want to spend that kind of time painting it. And again, since it's personal use, I'm not applying these for anybody. I'm not making any money on these boards. I built these boards because I wanted to set down here at my house, down here, instead of having only a set up north, because I don't play as much up north. There we go. So that's cleaned up. That's ready. Now I can go ahead and wash my hands a little bit with these mineral spirits. Go give my hands a rinse inside the house, and then we will reveal the Deadpool boards with a Deadpool skin, which I think is freaking awesome. I love the freaking image. Came out a little bit blurrier than what I would like, but I did have some issues with sizing and file and stuff, but Vinyl Disorder did a fantastic job trying to accommodate me and appease everything that needed to be appeased. So, no fault of theirs. Go ahead and wash my hands here with some soap real quick. It's a good thing I have a bathroom like 12 feet from my shop. And this will give that little bit of mineral spirits some time to dry up. We don't want to, I think that vinyl is sticky enough that it wouldn't really matter, but mineral spirits evaporates relatively quickly, so no big worries on that. Give myself a second, take me a little drink of my remaining Powerade. Alright, so we still got a couple of viewers. Say something to me, folks. Give me a comment. Maybe I'm not seeing the comments. Let me close that out and pop it back up, because I'll bet that's what's happening here. It seems to happen to me often. There we go! I don't know why it does that. Don't know why the hell it does that. Stupid. So, hey Jim, I did not get the roller from Vinyl Disorder. I got that on Amazon, and it came in a 2-pack. The rollers came with one large one and one small one. I'm going to grab the other one so you can see the size difference here real quick. Alright, so I don't even know who I ordered from, but you get a 3.8 and a 2.2 inch roller. Alright, so this is the one that I've been using for this project, was this one right here. And this one is the one I normally use for glue ups on cutting boards and stuff, but these rollers, this one's a little sticky. I don't know why it's not rolling, but that's okay. Maybe it's because I pushed too hard on that, I don't know. It rolls when you get some pressure on it, but this one gives you a good spin. Alright, they both spin, both good. Like I said, I love using them for glue ups, They make doing a lot of gluing much, much easier. Okay, so let's see, who else we got in here? Looking good. I'm going to get some ring lights for mine too. Yep, I definitely recommend them. I'm going to test these ones out. I'll have to kill the lights in order to do it, but I will definitely test those out. Clay, how are you doing? Yep. Got the comments back on track. So neither Clay nor Jim have Facebook. Yep, I am doing well. Okay, so at least now I can see the comments. All right. So that first set of skins done and on. Just go ahead and make sure I get the board clean real quick. Get a quick wipe. So as I said, when I did the urethane, before I started to do all this application of everything, of the skins, I did give it a sanding with 400 grit sandpaper and hand sanded. I did not use a orbital sander or anything like that, because you don't need a lot of pressure to smooth it out. I could play these boards right now as they are, no problem. Wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. They would play just fine, just having only the urethane on them. Really wouldn't make any kind of difference. Just trying to make sure these are good and clean, free of debris, because I don't want any little stickers underneath the skin. So you got to make sure that's good and clean. All right, I think we're good. Now, like I said, the next skin, oh yeah, yeah, the sand spirits. If you caught the whole video, you heard my wife call me a name because she's so very nice. But yes, I love my wife for everything that she is, smart ass mouth and everything. Wonderful woman. Sorry, I had to get a little drink there. So, okay, yeah, sand spirits. Okay, good. Like I said, this one came out a little bit blurrier than what I would like, but you still get the idea. You still see exactly what we want to see. And as I said earlier in this video, I painted one board red and I painted one board yellow. The yellow one was obviously for Wolverine, and this one is more for Deadpool with the red. And this is the Deadpool graphic. All right, so if you are a fan of Deadpool, you get it. You understand this graphic quite well. And if you're not, it's okay. No big deal. But if you are, you understand it quite well. Deadpool made it a pretty good point to mess around with him quite a bit and reference him often and poke fun at him and just be Deadpool. Right, so if you can kind of see it, apparently Deadpool took Wolverine's arm off to use it as an arrow. And I think that that's pretty freaking funny, because I have that kind of humor apparently, and because I really enjoy Deadpool and his sarcastic a-hole type of personality. And right now I'm just kind of trying to line up everything and make sure that everything is going to go the proper way. That's all we're doing here. I don't want too much of anything going the wrong way. All right? I want it all to go good. Yeah, I think we're good right there. So again, we break out the tape. Tape. Help us hold it in place while we're doing our work. And hopefully this red paint dried enough. Because, oh, that's not enough on that. That moved it a bit. Set that down here. I must have gotten some red paint on me somewhere, which means I need to get a little mineral spirit out, try to wipe that off the board. So I don't want that little red dot up in the corner. These little red dots right here. Okay, good. They wipe off good. So that's good news. It's good news. They clear off well. The boards clean off well. Keep bumping the damn board. We're pretty close to good again. This is the hardest part, is just getting it lined up right. And really, it is the epitome of the hardest part. Just getting it lined up again. So I wanted about half of the tape. There we go. First time I did it, I only had about 1/4 of an inch worth of the tape on there, and that's not at all what I wanted. Definitely wanted more tape on it. And I think I'm going to end up taking away some more red off of this than what I want to. But it's okay, because this is the back of the board, and I'll just paint it again. Yep, that's what I'll do. I'll just paint a little bit more red on there and touch it up if I have to. It ended up working out okay on the yellow. It does look like I'll have a little bit of touch-up work to do. That's okay. Don't want it to peel the tape off. Just want to get a little corner up here. Doesn't matter which corner I get off there. As long as I get a corner off of it. Okay. Got a corner started. Take some weight off of that. Got some nice red paint involved in my life. Reach all the way over here. All right. And here we go. Get that roller going. Inch by inch. Like I said, you just got to be real careful when you do it and work your way from the middle out and don't rush. The only thing that rush is going to get you is having to peel that freaking vinyl back off, and you probably will ruin it if you do that. So don't be in a hurry. Being in a hurry is not good for you. Not with this stuff, at least. Just take your time. I have a couple of coworkers that knew I was preparing these boards. They were somewhat excited about it. Not because they're major Deadpool fans or anything, but just because they were excited to see what I would do. So when you're getting over this hole too, don't forget to try to prevent the crease from going there, because that crease will affect the rest of the board. So try to get your hole to roll on there as flat as possible as well. Anything that you can do to prevent any little bit of imperfection is what you want. Different companies do these vinyls differently. Some of them give you like a halfway point where you can tear off half of the back of the vinyl. Some of them cut the hole for you, and then you got to work your way around the hole. I'm not too sure if I prefer the way that Vinyl Disorder did it, where they just print the whole thing and you stick it essentially on whatever you want. When they send you the proof, it's a proof with the hole already in it. But I think that was obviously just to show you where the hole would be, not necessarily saying like, hey, we took care of cutting the hole for you, obviously. It was more just to show you how everything is going to line up. And that's okay with me. I'm okay with that 100%. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate here while I'm doing this because, like I said, I don't want to ruin it. I got through the first one okay. Now I want to get through the second one okay. And right now I'm coming a little too far down. Coming a lot too far down there. Gotta go back to holding it up. When you know you got a method that works, don't deviate from it like I just did. I was holding it up and then I tried to just like relax it over my arm like a butler holding a freaking towel. And it potentially could have messed me up pretty good right there. I just caught myself in time. Yeah, just stick with what is working well for you. Don't change it up. There's no need to. If it's working well and it's doing good, unless somebody gives you a much better, much more effective, much easier way, stick with what's working for you because it's doing you well. It's doing a justice to you. It's doing a service to you that is actually worth something. Now, I am applying some pressure to this, and probably way more pressure than what I need to, because I have a tendency to not know my own strength with this type of stuff. And I don't even mean to push on it, but I end up pushing on it and doing more than what is needed. So it can be a little strain on the wrist or whatever, wherever. So here we are. We're almost done with this one too. We're a little over halfway. As long as I can continue to keep those air bubbles out and keep those creases out, happy camper. I don't even remember the place that I bought my other cornhole skins from, for my boards up north. I think I bought them off of eBay from somebody. They were good quality, don't get me wrong. They were good, but I really do feel like these are thicker and more heavy duty and just a better overall board or skin. The vinyl, to my memory, feels better than the other one. So I'm really pretty happy with this. And I used Vinyl Disorder for stickers for my business as well, and I was really happy with their stickers. So when I found out they did cornhole board skins, I was like, sure, let's give it a try, let's see. And I'm genuinely pleased with what they've provided. And the funny story behind it is I normally, if I see an ad on Instagram or on Facebook or anything, if I don't have any way to confirm that you are a legitimate, good company, just based off of just Facebook ads by itself, I will definitely 100% usually not entertain your company off of a Facebook or Instagram ad. I just don't trust them. There's a lot of scammy type ads and companies out there that operate on Facebook and Instagram, and I just don't trust it, and I don't put my credit card information out there. So I saw Vinyl Disorder pop up, and I'd never heard of them before, and they had this sticker special going where you got like, I don't know, it was 25 or 50 stickers or something like that, whatever it was. It was a decent amount of stickers, and it was only like 10 or 20 bucks, something like that. And I thought, you know what the hell, I'll give it a shot. It's 10 or 20 bucks, and I could pay with PayPal, so I felt like it was a little bit secured, and I didn't feel like there was as high of a chance of me getting ripped off. So I said, I'll give them a shot. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised and pleased with their service and their quality and their shipping, and. They end up being a really worthwhile company, which really, it kind of shocked me. I was very, very surprised. I was not expecting it. I was expecting it that I was going to get scammed. 100% expecting to get scammed. And obviously I didn't, because I am a repeat customer. I am a customer that refers them to other people who are looking for stickers, who are looking for any type of anything like what I'm doing right here. I will refer them infinitely based on my experiences with them. They have given me absolutely no reason not to refer them for every and anything under all circumstances that they offer. They have proven to be a great company. So 100%, if you want stickers, if you want a skin for your own boards, 100%, I definitely do recommend them. I mean, they are legit. They are the real deal. And they took very, very good care of me. So I have no complaints whatsoever with them. I got this one on much, much smoother. Much, much smoother. I'll get this tape off of here. Hopefully not as much paint comes off. Shooting for no paint to come off, but I know this red board was quite a bit more wet than the other one, but it's coming off good. I don't think I'm going to need to touch this one up either. I used oil-based paint, so I got a little bit offline there. Got a little bit offline, but whatever. I'm not complaining about that. That was pretty good. I shouldn't need this roller anymore. I don't see any air holes. And I'm going to use some mineral spirits and wipe the board down once I'm done, since I got all that white. So I can put these rollers back. I don't think I need those anymore. Yeah, the roller's super, super effective. Like, I really do like the rollers. They just work well. And I've used some other rollers that are absolute junk. Like the ones you can go to like Michael's and buy, they're little craft rollers. Man, those things stink. I do not recommend the little Michael's craft rollers. Those things are very cheap, very poorly made. They break easy, not very good under any circumstances at all. Clay, if you're friends with Bap over in Ireland, I Can Carve, he's a pretty good artist. He's done some of Jordy's artwork and logos. He's legit good artist. I mean, he's done some stuff for Jordy. All right, let's get to trimming up this board here. Sorry, not board, the vinyl. Let's get to trimming that up. That didn't work out very well. Pulled myself right off of it. Went on too far of an angle there. So if you end up going too far of an angle, you will peel yourself right off of what you want. You want a little angle, but you don't want too much. You don't want to be straight up and down, but you want to be kind of at like a, I don't know, like a 30, 40 degree angle maybe. Not quite a 45. Maybe even less than a 30 or 40. Maybe a 10 or a 15, I don't know, but you don't want to be straight up and down perpendicular. Like I said, this skin, if it was, if the board was right, if the actual size of the board was correct, there would have been no need for trimming, but I also would have been cutting it very, very close. That sounds cool, Clay. I like your thought process on that and what you're trying to go with. Talk to Bap. He might be willing to help you out there. Bap's a great guy. Seems to really enjoy helping people when he can. Different carvings and anything really. If he's able, he seems to really be looking forward to help people. Right there I got a little bit too straight up and down. I ended up taking away a little bit of the wood. And that's even after I knocked down the edge. Like when I was building the boards, I quote unquote break the edges of the board with sandpaper. Just put a little round over on it. And that is so that what's happening right now doesn't happen. But maybe I missed this side of the board unintentionally. So I'm getting some shaving away here that I'm not too happy with. I don't know if I missed it or not. Either way, it won't be too noticeable in gameplay. Alright, got all those off. Get these little stickers off here. Yep, alright. Put my razor knives away. I'm going to go wash my hands again after I... Oh, wait, I forgot. Got to cut out that hole before I can do anything else. So I want to wipe this down. Get this hole nice and evident as to where it's at. I feel it starting to hang up on that hole there, so I wanted to change the direction. I could feel that I was starting to cut into the wood right here. And use the razor to just kind of smooth that out. Carve it away, if you will. There we go. Use a little bit of mineral spirits on this and clean her up. Flip my little cloth on the inside out. Put my razor away. I'm just going to go over and wipe up all the little red paint spots. White probably wasn't the best background. Whatever. This vinyl cleans off pretty easy, so. Yep, pretty easy. Very nice. Oh, I like it. Alright, let me rinse my hands off real quick and then we'll show off those Deadpool bags. A little too much mineral spirit there. Wad up this garbage here. I'll rinse my hands off. A quick rinse and then be out there and show you guys the Deadpool bags. And after, I'll probably take pictures and post them to my Instagram tomorrow after the paint's completely dry. I'm gonna have to reach up high into the ceiling maybe. I don't know if I can reach that high with the step stool. I'll have to shut off the lights. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get up there with the step stool. Now that I'm looking at it, my ceilings in my garage are very, very high, so I don't think I'll be making it up there to unplug the lights. And I got a bunch of electrical work I need to do to make this shop the better place that it can be. Put some of that away. All right, now on to showing the Deadpool bags. Deadpool bags are the same as the Wolverine bags as far as stick and slide, but those are the logos on the Deadpool bags. Those are my Deadpool bag logos. Again, like I said, the stick side, I mean, they stick, right? Like they drop real easy. And the slide side. The slides a little bit. And as these kind of break down a little bit, they'll slide a little bit more. And there's some less expensive bags that really slide. I mean, they'll right off the end, no problem. They'll be gone. They will just right off the edge. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Clay. Appreciate the looks awesome. So yeah, there they are, the two different color bags, red and yellow. And I painted the Wolverine bag board a yellow and the Deadpool board a little bit of red. Try to match those up a little bit. And I got my remote control for my ring lights. I might be able to actually, without moving this, I might be able to throw a battery in here. Got to see what side I had the ring light on. Reach up in there. Oh, it is on this side. Good. And remember which way to go, though. That was the correct way. Alright, so I'm going to try to shut off some lights. Maybe I'll just throw the breaker for the garage, maybe. Because I don't think you're going to see them too well. This one here. They're not super, super bright. Yeah. Let's see, I turned them on. The video's a little bit delayed. Yeah, you can kind of see it. See if I just throw the breaker in the garage. If I can find the correct breaker for the garage. Apparently there used to be a pool here. Garage 13. Oh, I don't think that's right. That's not right. Nope, that ain't right. They don't even have this thing labeled correctly. It's fun. Maybe 15. Nope. There it is. That's the right one. Just keep throwing breakers until it works. So it illuminates the hole. Not super great. Oh, I disconnected my my video feed because I have it on Wi-Fi. My phone, I think, is still okay. That is not on Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay, I can see it on that. It lights it up enough, but it's not a ton of lighting. But my tablet, that's what I'm waiting on to come back up. But in the meantime, let's try a few color changing options. We got red. I'm going to watch from my phone here because my internet to my tablet is going to take a minute to come back up. So there's red. We got green. And we got blue and white. And we got a yellow. And well, let's go with the red since it's for the red board. And we got a few different options there. And a slow option. Another slow option. A little changing. Yeah, it's not bad. And we can make them brighter and dimmer. Which doesn't seem to want to work very good. There we go, now it's dimming out. And we can make it brighter. So, yeah, not bad. It's going to take a minute for that internet to pop back up on the tablet. I'm going to turn these lights back on. I'm not super impressed with the ring lights. I don't feel like that's super bright. Might help a bit, but might make a little bit of a difference. Not a ton, I don't think. We'll see once I'm actually playing in an outdoor scenario. Maybe it'll be a better difference. Who knows? And I've actually got a friend of mine at work wants me to make some practice cornhole boards, which instead of being 2 feet by 4 feet, they will be 18 inches by 18 inches. Sorry, I'm working around this still sticky paint here. Trying to put this thing back on. Yep, there we go. Okay, put my little battery back. Internet is still not back on. It will come back on, it's just taking its sweet time. Come on, internet. Get back on. Still going on the live feed. Yep, still going on the live feed. Good. Okay. Seal this up. Now, the other thing I bought from West Georgia Cornhole, because I caught it on sale, and I was not expecting it to be this dang good and this dang nice, is a bag to put your boards in. Right? I really wasn't expecting it to be that nice of a bag. It is a heavy-duty zipper. It is a heavy-duty canvas. It looks like it zips pretty much all the way around. Nope, the bottom side doesn't zip. So I got it set at the right spot, right side up, right side down. But the inside of it is like a kind of like a waterproof type vinyl type material. Looks like we're coming back on. Sort of. I'm getting some stuff back here. Exit out of my comments and open the comments back up. Okay, yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, it should be fun at night now that I can see your comments, and I am way behind on this video here. My lag, I'm still 5 minutes and 33 seconds behind where I'm supposed to be, so I'm going to try to fast forward up to right where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that's much closer to where I'm supposed to be now. I can see the bag at least. And I'm not lagging too much now. Okay, good. So yeah, the bag, right? I mean, this is really well stitched, heavy duty. Like, I mean, I was actually really, really surprised with what this was. As I caught this bag on sale, the bag was like $20 or something like that. So if you're in the market to get a bag to put your cornhole boards in, and it's, I'm pretty sure thick enough, it'll fit both boards, $20. Like, you can't go wrong. Go get it now while it's on sale, if it's still on sale. As soon as I saw it, I had to order it because I wanted to make sure that when I take this out to play at a friend's house or whatever, I don't like just throwing it in the back of the truck and, you know, scratching it all up, tearing up your vinyls and whatever. So I was going to just throw blankets down in the truck when I needed to, but then I stumbled onto this board or this bag for a freaking steal of a price. I couldn't really go wrong. My wife tells me all the time that I accessorize everything, and she's not wrong. I do accessorize. But usually, I get accessories that are worth getting, right? Like, this bag is actually pretty heavy. This bag is probably 2 to 4 pounds, maybe. So it's not a super crappy, lightweight, nothing type of material. It is, I mean, it's legit. It's a good set of, it's a good bag. The best way to say it is it's a good bag. Move this board back a little bit so I can, yeah, still a little bit wet. No surprise. I'll move this where I can lean it a little more, not have it. Yeah, lean it up against that. I only want a corner of it on there. I don't want the whole thing on there. So yeah, the paint's still sticky and tacky. Still a little bit wet on the yellow board, so I know for a fact it's still wet on this board. I'll go wash my hands again real quick. Maybe I can get it without having a mineral spirit again. Later, when I post to my social media, I'll have the bags and the boards, everything all together, and the carrying case. And then see how it all goes. Make a nice little post on social media, and I'll tag Vinyl Disorder, and I'll tag West Georgia Cornhole, because I'm thoroughly impressed with both companies on both fronts. Now, if you don't want to build your own boards like I did, West Georgia Cornhole boards, they'll build your boards for you too. They're full service, West Georgia is, so they'll build your boards and everything. They'll take care of you completely. I think is really, really cool. Take care, Clay. I appreciate you coming in. Drive safe, buddy. But yeah, I'm really thoroughly happy with both Vinyl Disorder and with West Georgia Cornhole. Both really good companies. West Georgia Cornhole was not a Facebook ad or anything. I was actually searching custom bags because I wanted custom bags. I wanted bags that matched up nice. I wanted bags that were gonna equal up to what I'm playing here. And this vinyl is actually pretty sticky, surprisingly. I thought it would be much more slick, but it's pretty sticky. You're not going to get a whole lot of slide on that. I might have to paste wax it. Honestly, I might have to paste wax this just to get a little bit of more slide action on it. It's very possible. But yeah, West Georgia Cornhole, ooh, man. Get that off of there. West Georgia Cornhole, I stumbled onto their website while looking for custom bags, and their bags were very, very inexpensive and freaking great quality. So yeah, you can look over the stock skins. You can go to Vinyl Disorder and you can order custom, and they do have some that are stock, but West Georgia Cornhole, I think, also has skins. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that they actually have a machine that prints your pattern on a board. Goes back and forward and slides down, and it actually prints your pattern to the board. So that's actually pretty cool. If you're going to order a full set of boards, I was looking at one of their videos or ads earlier today, and it was showing how they print on the boards, and it's just freaking cool. It's basically a gigantic printer, and it just goes by and it prints whatever it's told to, I assume. Just a cool feature, cool thing. I'm just looking down my skin here. I think I did a really decent job at not having too many air bubbles in this one. I can see the grain poking through the wood, and that's okay. Or poking through the vinyl. That doesn't bother me. That might even have been my brush strokes, because I did not do a very heavy sanding. I didn't want to do a heavy sanding on it. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if I was to build this set of boards for somebody, I couldn't build them for what West Georgia Cornhole does. You can get a set of boards at West Georgia Cornhole for under $200. If I was going to build these, just the wood and my labor, without skins and without painting, you're probably in the 150 to 175 range on these. And that's without a skin or a paint on it, right? And they're selling complete boards for under $200. So definitely a worthwhile option to look into. As far as the lights are concerned, these ring lights, I probably wouldn't buy these ones again. I don't think that they're super bright. They do okay, but in person, I mean, you can see where the hole is, but you're not seeing anything else. If it's really dark, you're really not seeing anything else. Which I don't expect to see a ton of stuff, but definitely not super bright. I will still have to have some light somewhere projecting towards these boards, which is okay. I mean, for my house, I plan to actually have a launch pad area and put some lights up and a couple of drink holders, because who plays cornhole without having a beer or something, right? Like, you gotta have a little something to drink while you're there. So yeah, I mean, it's I'm happy with them. I'm pretty freaking happy with them. Even though the actual board width was a little bit short, thanks to Menards, and they're not actually 2 foot by actually 4 foot boards. Pre-cut boards, I would not do that again. I would buy just a full sheet and rip it down myself, but I was being lazy and thought to myself, well, I'll just get the pre-cut board and save myself that hassle. Would not do that again. Nope. I'll just cut my own next time, because I don't really feel like it was, I don't feel like it was worth it. They're not off by a ton, but they're off by enough. And that's not fun for me. So it's not off by a huge amount, and I'm not playing on ACA, so I can deal with it. Yeah, check out Vinyl Disorder. Like I said, These skins were thick. They felt durable. They felt very good. They are a little sticky. Even if I had a cheaper set of bags and maybe throwing it over a longer distance, maybe it would slide a little bit more, but I don't think it actually will. I will take out a bag now and throw it from about maybe 8 feet away. Maybe 8 feet away from the hole. Yeah, so there's a little slide to it. It'll probably be okay at a longer distance. Do 8 feet away with the sticky side. Yeah, it's maybe 8 feet. Yeah, so they stick for sure, and they do slide a little bit. The only thing I didn't like about these bags, the suede, it's white. It's gonna get so dirty so fast, but whatever. I would have rather had blue or a black or some other type of color that might hide the dirt a little bit better, but they're gonna get dirty. They're gonna be played with outside, so no big deal. I mean, can't complain about it, right? But yeah, Vinyl Disorder, check them out. They are good for shipping, fast shipping, great customer service. They will send you a proof of your image. If you're going to get a personalized image, try to get it in SVG format so that it can scale up and down, and try to get a really good quality photo. I thought that this photo was really good quality, and it ended up not being the greatest quality, and I ended up having to have a buddy help me with resizing it and trying to get it usable, which this is usable, it's satisfactory, but it is not as crisp and clean as it could be. There's a lot of blurriness here, some blurriness here, there's some washout here, but again, that's not Vinyl Disorder's fault. That is my image and the work that I had to do to try to make it right. Definitely no fault of Vinyl Disorders. That was all on me. The other skin came out much crisper, much cleaner, and that one looks a lot better, like a lot better. So yeah, I would definitely check out Vinyl Disorder. I will continue to recommend them. And let me actually, since I'm on here, let me pull up another window here. I'm going to actually link it for you. Since I have my tablet, I can do that. And I'm logged in as a admin. So I am going to link you their website right now. I'm pulling it up as we speak. Copying the link. There you go. That should give you the link for it. Yeah, check them out for sure. They are very, very worthwhile. And while I'm at it, let me also do West Georgia Cornhole site. In case you decide you want to order a set of bags. Pulling them up right now. Copy that link. And let's pop these guys in here too. there you go. Both the links. Yeah, like I said, freaking great companies, both of them. Vinyl Disorder and West Georgia Cornhole. When I ordered the bags from West Georgia Cornhole, I had a request that the Wolverine bags be blue unless they felt like the yellow bags were going to look better, because the image that I sent for the Wolverine actually looks exactly like it does on the bags, right? So when I sent the image for the Wolverine, it was actually the Wolverine logo, and then all around it was yellow. And I wanted blue bags because I didn't want it to get super dirty super fast, but whatever. I sent them a note and said, hey, if you think it'll look better on the yellow bags, by all means use the yellow bags. Before they just went ahead and did it, I actually got a personal phone call from somebody at West Georgia Cornhole, and they announced themselves and said, hey, I definitely think that the yellow bags are going to look better. Do you want me to use yellow? And I said, absolutely. Really, the links aren't showing up. I'm seeing them on my end. Wonder why they're not showing up. Well, I'm seeing it now. I closed it, and then I opened it back up, and they weren't there. So let me see why it's not showing up. Try the West Georgia Cornhole again. No, it should be there. Yeah, I haven't even clicking on it, and it's popping up. Or at least it was attempting to. And then it's gone again. Not sure why that is. Well, I guess that's what happens when you try to handle all the link sharing and everything all in the same shot. Sounds like I had a little coyote out there. Definitely got coyotes out there somewhere. I can hear them. All the fun. Well, like I said, next up is practice boards. I'm going to make 18-inch by 18-inch boards. So literally, probably about here by about here, right? And those boards will be for just trying to get airmail, trying to land them directly in the hole. Yeah, right? The troubles of being live for sure. The practice boards will be more for just trying to land airmails and get a lot more accurate. And I'm going to build a set for him. I'm going to build a set for myself. I got the basic design work, so that might come throughout the week. I don't know. I've got some things to do and some things to try to put together, but I'm curious to see how it'll work out. He came to me with the proposal and the idea because we both like to play. He's a slightly better player, I think, but he's always looking for ways to improve, and so am I. So I said, sure, let's go ahead, let's build them and see how that goes. So we started with the process. He gave me a piece of wood, and I got a few other pieces to tinker with here. But yep, that's the plan. Build a couple of them, and I'm going to laser engrave some funny stuff on them, I think. Yep, practice boards use at the same distance, only you measure from the back of the board to the back of the board, which I think it's 27 feet from front of the board to front of the board. 27 plus 4, so it would be 35 feet back edge to back edge on the other board. So same distance, all that stuff, and you're Now you're aiming at a lot less on the bottom portion of the board. You're aiming more towards the hole, and that's it. You're really trying for just airmails the entire time. Yeah, so realistically, let's see if I actually have a tape measure handy. I don't think I do, but realistically, it's legitimately 18 inches, call it that, right? So you would have, with the 6-inch hole there, you'd have 6 inches on either side all the way around. So you're not dealing with too much space. It's hit it or miss it. But I think I'm going to use a laser engraver and do some quote-unquote funny stuff because he gave me artistic freedom to do as I wish with his boards. So I think I will. And some people might find it offensive, but I find it funny, so I don't care. And he will find it funny as well. But I will be maybe doing the laser design for that tonight. I had a couple different ideas in mind. And just quick laser engravings just to make it funny. So that is the definite plan. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, and when I say I think that I'm going to do, it's more than likely what I'm going to do. Just to be funny for his boards, I'm basically going to have, I want it to look like a pair of hands spreading open a pair of butt cheeks, and then inside the hole I think I'm going to put Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo in there, so when you go to retrieve your bag you're looking at Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. So I'll engrave that on one, and then I haven't really thought of the other one yet. I have some ideas rattling around in my head, but I think that will be absolutely hilarious, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just curious, are we still getting, am I still getting good audio quality? Because I'm still using that, that wireless lavalier mic, which I think has worked out pretty freaking good so far. No problem. I appreciate you swinging in, Jim. I appreciate you being a regular watcher and coming in and hanging out with me regularly on Sunday nights. Much appreciated. I was getting ready to, oh, there is some static noise. Okay. It might be because I'm so close to the microphone right now. I don't know. Yeah, I do appreciate you being a regular viewer and coming in and hanging out with me and watching and seeing how everything goes. So you get yourself some good sleep there, bud. And I was going to get ready to end the live stream, I think, anyways, because we're a little bit dead. So sounds like heavy rain. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Does it sound any better now? Now I'm, 7 feet away from the microphone, maybe. I don't know if it'll sound any better with me being further away or not. Not sure what the quote-unquote interference might be. Nope, same level. Okay, well, maybe it'll be different on the next one. I charged it all up, and maybe it's catching some power interference or something like that. Who knows? I will try to work with it and see what I can find out differently on the next live stream. But again, thanks for swinging in. Get yourself some good sleep, even when I was washing my hands. Okay, cool. Appreciate the feedback and letting me know. Get yourself some good sleep there, bud. And I will talk to you later, brother.